and I'm about to be joined by a another guest here. I am going to be joined by Commander Spatula. Spatula is a fellow YouTuber, and we're jumping in. Hey, Spatula.
Oh, hey, how's it going, Plater?
Oh, going really well. I feel like something's about to happen, though.
What? Can you tell from the sound of my voice?
Yeah.
Well, it's after midnight, so anything could happen.
It's well and truly
hey,
after midnight.
So say, good job on the stream so far.
Thank you. It's been one hell of a go.
The amount of donations, the amount of challenges, really cool. I loved Drew Wagar's little lore quest.
Yeah, it was good. So I really enjoyed it. It was interesting. I learned stuff.
Yeah, so I'm really excited to have a perfectly normal stream together. It's gonna be great. Nothing's gonna go wrong at all. But actually, can you just hold on 1 second? My life support's acting up. I'll be right back. I'm just gonna go back to my ship for a second. I'll be right back.
Okay.
What's going on over here? Who's this? This is Bradford J. Bradford. Who's on the comms?
This is Commander Plater.
Commander Player! Oh my! Wow, what are you doing today?
I'm doing a 24-hour live stream in aid of charity.
Oh, 24 hours? Like, are you talking like Earth hours or space hours?
I mean, they're kind of the same length of time.
Oh, I never thought about that. I thought time was relative and all that. Like, it depends on how fast you're going. How fast are you going?
About 60 seconds per minute.
Wow, that's really fast. I don't know how fast I'm going. Bradford, get the hell away from the mic! Oh no, I gotta go! Bye!
That's about all the Bradford you're getting tonight, because it's hard on the voice, and I want to be with you for 2 hours.
Thank goodness for that, because I imagine that would be pretty tough. Pretty tough on the old vocals.
You have no idea. Sometimes shooting those episodes, and then you can't speak for a week proper. So, I did one stream where it was full Bradford for 2 hours. And
oh, ouch!
Never again.
That'd be rough.
But yeah, I think my challenge is going to be a little bit. First of all, I'll say this is due to physics. I don't know if it's going to be 100% possible. But I'll explain it to you when you get there. It's going to be interesting, but this may be the actual hardest challenge that you've had so far of the night.
Okay. Oh, God.
Now, what's your success rate been so far? Like, have you won every single challenge?
No. Well, yeah. Technically. And I mentioned this earlier, and I'm like, technically is good. So, I guess I'm going to bring the challenges up, and I'll tell you how I went. So, Burr Pit, they had a series of clues for me to follow along. And it was all kind of like, there was a rhyme in there as well I had to remember and say each time. I did make it to the end. I did get the clues, and I got the hang of them and started picking them up, and that was good. Harry Potter had me driving around bases in an SRV, raiding them, picking up the data, which I managed to do, all of them.
I did catch a bit of that part, yeah.
Yeah, it was interesting, having not done that.
I never knew that you could do that without triggering the alarms.
Yeah, me neither. I just thought you stayed in there and fought it out, but no. Yamex's challenge was pirate people in a dolphin called Jar Jar in open, and he didn't say I had to be a successful pirate. He just said I had to be a pirate. I was a pirate.
Pirate I'd heard.
Possibly the worst pirate you've ever heard of, but you have heard of me. So, Frontier. Did you see Frontier's one?
Which one was that? That one was like all the different challenges you had to rank up and start from scratch.
Yeah, that one. I'd completed 27 of their benchmarks that they had, so we ended up giving away 27 paint packs.
That's pretty incredible.
Which is more paint packs than I've ever seen them give away anywhere.
Yeah, I think you gave them a run for their money.
I did say to them I was going to take them to the cleaners, so there you go. Drew's one, which was the lore and the that kind of thing, which is brilliant.
Oh yeah, I love Drew's. It was great.
Tailored with the speed bowling, which was fantastic.
Yeah.
I quite enjoyed that one. That was interesting because again, that's not something I've ever done before. Doing it in daytime would be awesome. And then we had Down to Earth Astronomy with the high G landing, which I did.
Yeah, I saw that. Very impressive. And how many times did you fail? Just once, right?
I had rebuys like 3 times. So
Oh, that's not bad.
it was really weird. So like I'd never seen a ship move that fast towards the ground. So yeah.
Oh yeah. So yeah, I was having some struggles figuring out. I needed to come up with a challenge that would keep you up at this time in the mornings, or this is the time where it starts to get tired, you start getting the tinglies. And so I figured out the best thing to do. The challenge is to buy as many arcs as possible in 2 hours. No, I'm just kidding.
Could just look at you like you did. Actually, it's something that I do want to check. I'm just going to exit the main menu quickly because I'm wondering how many arcs I'm going to make over the course of the stream.
You'll probably cap out your weekly allowance.
I'm up to 203
Ooh.
already, and I did have I think 10 to start off with. So there's that, I guess. I didn't cap out last week, so.
Is there a delay between when you earn them? Because I find that sometimes they didn't tell you hey, you just earned an arc.
No.
You have to go out to the menu and kind of just
Hello there.
see if you've earned them or not.
Yeah. That's what
I would like to see a little arc counter. And I want to see the arcs flow.
The arcs must flow.
Yes. No, I'm just kidding though. Your actual challenge is to dye your beard purple.
Is it though?
If you walk outside your front yard, there'll be a military drone with some purple dye.
Oh,
right
I
above
don't.
the door. No.
This is awkward because I don't have a garden, so I don't know where this military drone is. It's like, this expansion.
That's exactly why you don't know where these drones are, but they're there.
Just calling in an abort. Cancel the strike.
No, of course, I'm just kidding. Your actual goal is to fly to Hutton Orbital without using Supercruise.
Oh, what's the challenge, Spatula?
To do it in 2 hours.
That's what? Without using Supercruise?
Yes.
That's impossible.
You must go very fast.
It's impossible. What's the challenge?
To find Raxla. You almost did with Drew.
Yeah, I felt like we were close.
I know. I was surprised. When you use that system where he's like, I didn't know that they put this in the game. I was thinking, I'm like, it's gonna be there.
Yeah. God, could you imagine? Could you imagine that?
That would have been absolutely incredible. But clearly, it's not in the game. Moving on, your actual challenge is to perform deep core mining on an asteroid base.
What? No, wait.
I'm just kidding. These are all fake. No, but if
really?
you actually yes. And collect all the escape pods. If you want to head to meet me in Votatini.
What type of ship do I need to be in?
You can be in whatever ship that you want. The only thing I'll say to bring is a Class D life support, just in case. Because they don't sell that here.
Right, okay, so have Class D life support.
Yeah. Other than that, you don't need to bring anything else.
Okay.
Other than a positive mental attitude.
You're playing as Bradford J. Bradford, correct?
Yes.
You need to be
My
in...
other account isn't in the bubble.
Oh, hang on, I was like, well, you need to join my private group. Wait a minute, I'm not in my private group.
Are you in open?
No. Oh, no. Not again.
Someone tell Tony Curtis. I did watch a bit of the EMX segment. It looked like absolute chaos.
It was chaos. I mean, it was just like, oh, why are you doing this? Like, I didn't really want to turn down anyone's challenges, so...
It was fun. It was fun.
Oh, I can invite you to the wing. So, does it have to be D rated life support? Is that the important bit?
They don't sell D here. They sell... Well, you'll be able to get an E by default, and you can get an A, but that's no fun. So we might need a D if the challenge is too difficult. So I'll tell you this, as I tested it even a few times earlier in the day, and due to certain physical properties of the universe, things move, motion happens, and the timing has changed a little bit. When you get here, I'll kind of explain it in a little more detail. But
Okay.
yeah, it's gonna
Right,
be
well,
interesting.
okay, I've got a D-rated life support on my ASP. This
Yeah,
ASP,
just bring that along.
This is like the little ASP that could. It's doing everything. It's doing all the things.
You know that I still miss my ass. It's my favorite chip in the game.
I'm pretty sure you just said ASP though, not ASP.
Oh, I did. Yeah, that's,
okay.
that's what were you talking about that as well?
Sure.
Like your ass has been working hard tonight.
Yeah, I mean it's giving me some real good support.
There you go. Speaking of which, too, yeah, you got to make sure that you're in motion. So there will be a twist on the challenge to also make sure that you stay awake and get the proper exercise.
Look at this. Move around. Oh. Did you did you see the green screen trickery earlier?
Mm-hmm.
Did you see it?
I might have missed that bit.
Okay, well, just because. So the British Sound Foundation sent me a T-shirt, right? And anyone who's watching, you might keep seeing me do the same bits over and over again, but it's just like that on Children in Need and stuff like that. So that's what happens. But yeah, they sent me this T-shirt for the British Thyroid Foundation to wear. Problem is that it's got the logo's green and blue, which means that bits of it disappear.
Oh my!
So I'm like, okay, well, I can't really wear that. But they also sent me.
It's kind of like a space shirt, though. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, kind of like a space shirt. They also sent me. Well. Hang on. They sent me this.
What you got? What you got? Show us the box. Whoa! What? Where'd you go? Later! Later! Where are you?
It's amazing, isn't it?
What happened to your hollow me?
Like, yeah, so they sent me it's in the bag. Which,
What? But I don't know what... Oh, there you are. Oh,
yeah,
wow.
stay cool.
Cool. So you can go incognito.
Yeah. Commander Serenity, me too. Me too. That's one of the reasons why I'm doing it.
Yeah, it's a good cause. And you've been supporting this the last 3 streams as well?
Yeah. Yeah.
So what did you raise in your previous attempts? What do we have to beat this year?
Okay. Now. Oh no. Let's go because thankfully they put everything in a good, nice little place for me. So, we raised on the first year 3,179. Smashed it. The year after, so last year, we raised 8,267.
Ooh.
And then this year we've raised 5,755 so far.
And the night is young.
And the night is yet young. Hands in pockets, people.
Get out that charity. Now, will the British Thyroid Foundation remain British after Brexit?
Yeah. Why would they not?
Well, I don't know. I'm not sure how Brexit works. Like, all of
No
Brexit,
one
different
is.
parts of Britain are breaking off and
That's
traveling to different parts of the world. I'm not really sure.
No. I try and stay away from politics, but look, honestly, no one knows how Brexit's working at the moment. So, as far and all I know is that if you actually ask for an honest opinion of how things are happening and why things are happening and what's going on, someone just says, "Out means out. We voted. You lost. Deal with it." And Jeremy Corbyn's evil. That's basically what people say every single time, and none of those things actually help anyone. And I think it's important that we just work towards a common goal that is going to be best for the British people.
The more I think about it, the more I feel like they might have actually like done power play pretty accurately.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Everyone's doing it just for cool weapons.
Yeah.
Okay, you're
So
at
Valigursky. You're going to want to come to Valigursky Orbital.
Mm-hmm.
And that will be our starting base of operations. Look out for the hidden shaft mines, by the way. Don't go there.
Okay.
They don't want you to know. Though, does it? Oh, you don't know everyone's challenges. Like, has every challenge been a surprise for you? Did anyone give you the heads up beforehand?
Maybe Frontier did.
Right. Well, theirs was pretty complex.
Yeah, and that was kind of like and I did kind of talk about it. But I will say my squadron totally saved me. Good lads.
Hey, that's what being a team's all about.
Which is brilliant, and I named the pilot after my cat, so there's that too. Commander Cliveland.
I saw you smelling your cat earlier.
Oh, he farted. I picked him up and he farted, and it was awful. It was like he smelt so bad, and he looked so pleased with himself about it.
Yeah, that was an intentional fart.
Yeah, it was bad, and it's always with an open mouth as well. It's like, oh.
You are not paying attention to me.
Why'd you do this? Oh, it's the what? Why are you up at the moment? What are you doing? Why are you awake now? What's happening? Shouldn't you be asleep?
Hello
Don't
there.
tell me what to do, cat. But on a side note, I've gone up in about like 100 followers during this stream as well.
Nice.
On Twitch. Like, it's very realistically that I never thought I'd hit anything close to 1,000 followers on Twitch, but it's about to happen, which is mad.
Hello there.
And more people are following constantly, which is awesome. It's great.
Yeah, great momentum, and hopefully those people are also liking. Yes, like that video.
And they're better because remember I had to restart the stream. Someone's disliked it. I'm like,
no.
Oh, it's like, okay, right. There are some things
Hello there.
I don't understand. This is one of them. I'm like, look, I'm just trying to raise money for a good cause, and you've hit the dislike button. I don't really understand why. You don't have to like me, but you gotta like the fact that I'm raising money for a charity, right? Right.
It's possible they were viewing it upside down and actually meant to hit the like button.
Ah, it's possible.
Yeah. But there's always that one guy out there.
And you know
what?
It's okay.
If they dislike the video, they engage with it. YouTube likes that. Goes, oh,
yeah,
people are interacting, so they're helping you out in their own little way.
The way I see it as well is that it's okay for people not to like everything that you do, and it's okay for not everyone to like you as well. That's perfectly okay, because if you're not upsetting someone, it means that you're not doing something right somewhere.
So that means I'm really okay.
Yeah, super popular, mate. That's what it is, yeah. Okay, right. So, what are we doing at Valigursky Orbital?
All right. So, well, first of all, the reason I picked this system, there's an interesting event that happened here a couple of years ago. We're not going to be doing that because we don't have time, but I figured I'd talk about it because it's interesting and you might want to try it some other time. But at this very station, at this very planet, Commander, what was his name here? There's a Commander Macros Black, with the help of Rinsler and a couple other people, got an SRV from the planet into the mail slot of the station.
What?
Because this station orbits so close to the planet that they were able to bring the SRV outside the gravity well of the planet and just push it along without supercruise and actually get it through the mail slot. Which is pretty incredible. Now, we probably don't have time for that because I think the whole thing took about 6 hours, and then they blew up about 500 meters from the station and had to do it again. It was like 8 hours. But this was the perfect system to launch another plan. So what we're going to do is essentially, you're going to dock with the station. You're going to buy, I would say, store your D class at the station because you might need it later. And you're just going to buy a stock Sidewinder. You're going to A-rate the engines, and you're going to just make sure the power plant is B so that you can take those engines.
Uh-oh.
Then you're going to turn off your life support for the first run.
Okay.
And what we're going to do is, with no life support, run down to the planet to a place called King City, dock on the planet at King City, immediately launch, take off, and get back to the station before you run out of oxygen.
See, now, what you should have mentioned, alright, I'm going to tell you off here, was that I would need Sidewinder modules.
Oh, no, you don't.
Because yeah, you just said stock Sidewinder, didn't I? Because of my life support is the size of my ASP.
Well, it should be okay. I think it'll be more exciting with the E anyway. What size D do you have?
Big 5.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah.
We'll see if we don't need the D or not.
That's fine. You know what?
So I'll tell you this is I tried it this morning, and this morning the planetary base was literally right below the station. I was able to do it with about 30 seconds to spare. I tried it just before we got online here. Twice I ran out of oxygen in the mail slot.
Oh, God.
So I know it's got to be possible. All I'd have to have done was shave off 1 or 2 seconds, and I would have been able to do it. But you can't make mistakes in this.
I mean, you've seen my streams, right? You know that's my thing.
Well, this is the time to prove it wrong, to overcome. Like, this whole stream, it actually reminds, I don't know, are you a comic book guy? Do you know about Superman, this character who flies around with a cape?
I've heard of him. Is he like from another planet, is it?
Faster than a multi-cannon round, and yeah, I think he's from Arachna or something like that. But
Okay.
Anyway, there was this one thing that they put out called All-Star Superman, and in that book, basically, Superman gets a visit from the future, and they say, you're going to have to complete 12 tasks, and then you're going to die. And he goes and completes these 12 tasks, and then, well, falls into the sun and doesn't die because it's a comic book. But this is like the 12 Herculean tasks of Plater.
Okay, yeah, that sounds like me.
I'll love it.
Now, right. So, life support, they have C rated here.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's...
C-rated, that'll give you 10 minutes of life support. I think that's too much. So let's just stick with E.
Okay, right. I've A-rated my thrusters, and that's all I need to A-rate.
Power plant, I would put up to a B.
Yeah,
so
I was looking at that.
Can use the power.
B. Pff, D. D, mate.
A if a D will suit you.
Yeah, I mean, D'll do it. Oh, God.
Maybe give you that little more speed.
Actually, see now, Europa Steve, I have actually helped get an SRV into orbit before. In fact, I've helped an SRV get from one planet to another.
Yeah, I remember that, yeah.
Yeah, it was greatest. It's impressive. Okay, well, you know what we can do? We can sell my lasers, because I don't need them.
So basically, we'll try this and see if it's possible. If we do pull it off, then the sort of backup challenge, if we have time, I thought, was to basically do some SRV paragliding and see how high we can get you into orbit and,
Okay.
you know, and then drop you.
Yeah, see, Colin suggested the power distributor. We do something with that as well.
So, I would say for the first one, okay, try not upgrading the power distributor.
Okay.
And if we can't pull it off, then that might be the thing to upgrade, because I found having the boost restricted actually made it really tense. Oh yeah, I forgot the other thing is, every time you die or fail, you're gonna have to do 10 squats.
Oh, why? Why would you even? Why?
Well, no, that was Vortex's idea. Actually, we had a quick chat before, and just to make sure that you're staying up and keeping your blood flowing through the night.
Yeah.
And to give the challenge a little bit extra weight.
Yeah, of course. Oh, yeah, this thing's got auto launch on it. Oh no, why?
No, don't do it yet.
No, hang on, wait. I've got to turn auto launch off, but I need to keep myself moving to stop it from. There we go.
That
That's
could be
off.
its own
Auto
challenge.
dock is also off. There we go. And I'm just making sure that I've got modules. Life support is turned off. No.
Oh yeah, the other piece too is if we do succeed in beating the life support, if we can pull it off, we'll try another run with no cockpit or no canopy.
Okay. I mean, how does that make it better? Isn't that about the same?
Then you can't see where you're going.
Ah, okay. It makes it worse. Yes.
Yes.
Or we could do it with turning off the HUD. I one up you.
Oh, hey, that would be the most dangus of all.
Super dangus.
Yeah, if you want to do that, that's fine. Actually, that was one of the things that I did for one of Yamix's like kind of 5 things to do in Elite videos was to turn your HUD off, go flight assist off, and just blast through an asteroid field. It's actually quite fun.
Now.
All right, so what you want to do is you're going to want to target in your navigation system King Terminal, which is on the planet.
Yep.
I would highly suggest boosting out the mail slot and just getting as far away from the system as you can to get right into Super Cruise.
I'm out.
You're going.
I'm going.
Okay.
Yeah.
All
I mean, come on. I thought this was dangus.
All right. Let's go.
Oh god, it's on the other side of the planet. You know this, right?
Yes, I do. You're gonna have to use some crazy. But you know what? It's funny because the last 2 challenges have prepped you for this moment. Between the speed bowl and having to land on a high G planet.
Yeah.
I feel like you've got all the training you need.
Hello there.
This could be rough. This could be rough.
But this is some of the stuff that I love about Elite is, it's like this is not intended gameplay at all.
I'm
passing here. You better be going quick.
Quickly, casually mention that Twitch chat's gone very, very quiet. Twitchers, are you there? Just make sure you're there. So
Twitch if you're there.
So we have to land, do we? And then we...
You have to land at the station and then just immediately launch and get back.
Okay.
So what I would suggest is trying to come in as steep as an angle as you possibly
can.
Oh
no. Oh,
you're dead.
Yeah, mistakes have been made.
So okay, if that happens, I would head back to the station to restart.
I tell you, you know what?
Trust me.
Just,
if you
I can't. Immediate. That was way too fast. I was getting overexcited. I made mistakes.
So that's 10 squats.
Oh, what? No, I can't be able to go back and dock, so I'm just going to blow myself up. Right, am I doing 10 squats, am I?
Yeah. But, yeah, hopefully it'll respawn you at that same station. Sometimes when I was dying, it was popping me off at a different orbital.
Oh, it better not be,
It's not too far away, but... Yeah, do those squats!
Right. Just move the mic out of the way. I've not really got a lot of space here to do them, so don't mind me. Just going to do my squats.
Watch out for the cat.
He's watching, but it's what I'm doing. Oh wait, I've lost count. That's 4. Right.
Exploding squats. I love it.
There we go.
Actually, it looks like a Russian dance.
No, wait. What? I'm back.
Is that the Tetris theme?
A little bit, yeah. Because I don't really know any Russian music. Russian folk music. Almost like a Trulgotnik. Yeah.
Yep, so you're spotting at Boyer Orbital, so you'll have to just pop back over.
Oh yeah, this is the wrong place, isn't it?
Yeah, it's bizarre, because if you blow up in the mail slot of this station, it'll let you go in, but anywhere outside of being right next to the station, it'll pop you 2 planets over.
Well, on a Dangus run my way there. Oh god, it's so quiet.
Is the chat folks starting to feel the 2 a.m.s?
Well, no, it's so quiet, as in like because you've got the live support off, you can't really hear.
Oh yes, yeah, it kind of mutes the sound. Which doesn't, it's like if you have your canopy popped, would you hear anything in your cockpit?
Yeah, you do still.
Like with it, you know, if it was pure vacuum in your cockpit, would it still make a noise?
It shouldn't. That's the answer. That's the actual answer.
It's like the old adage, if a brain tree falls on a moon, does it still drop materials?
Yeah. Sure.
Yeah, it looks like New Zealand's waking up.
Yeah, that's come at ya. My brother lives over in New Zealand.
Oh, right on.
It's about 2 in the afternoon there, or 1 in the afternoon.
It's always happy hour somewhere in the world.
Oh man, I am just looping all over the place.
You starting to feel it? Yeah, you were saying, I guess it's right when the dawn creeps in that you realize what you've really done.
Yeah, there is like that. Like, it's awkward as well because right now, like I would have gone to bed maybe 2 hours ago, and I'm starting to get hungry again.
Right.
And that's the problem. I was like, I shouldn't be hungry because it's the middle of the bloody night. I'd normally be asleep.
That's true. Just drink lots of water. That'll fill you up.
Yeah. And hydration.
Exactly.
Oh, I've dangused my way over here.
So I actually first started doing this when... Do you remember there was a beta where there was a station called No Moon that was right above a Guardian ruin?
Yes.
Yeah. That was when I originated it. And I heard that there used to be a lot of low orbit stations, but they all kind of got moved further away from the planet. But I love the idea of a station in low orbit, almost like a Bitterland Hollow of a station.
Hmm.
Haven't been able to find any. This was the closest one.
See, Alien Hunter saying, was that 2.6? Wasn't it the one with the
Well, it was Guardian Ruins, and I think it was when they retooled the puzzle. Like, the puzzle had been broken, and then they... Or maybe it was when they introduced the keys for the fighters?
No, I think it was... No, because they didn't. They didn't do that. They snuck them in, and that was no beta for that.
Oh, right,
but it worked,
right.
because none of us knew what we were supposed to do with them. We didn't know that you needed a key, because we all looked at it, and it had the triangle hole, and we're like, oh, right, we need a relic for it. And then we didn't need the relics. We needed the keys that we didn't know. But no, it was the same one where the Type 10 was leaked by accident.
Right.
Because it came up in the multi-crew menu.
So actually, what was your favorite sort of season of Elite? Would it be Elite Dangerous, Horizons, or Beyond?
I think... Oh...
Like, kind of in retrospect, not necessarily like how you felt at the time.
It's difficult because... So what happened with me is when I did the... When I started playing with just Elite Dangerous, and Horizons wasn't that far around the corner, and I started doing it on YouTube just before Horizons started, and I started making my way out there, like out towards Sagittarius A before the update, because I went, oh, engineering is going to be an absolute shit show, and it was. So I remember that, but by the time I got back, everything was fixed and everything was working, so I've got really good memories of it. But other people were like, oh, it was rubbish because of this. So I'm like, no, I thought it was good. So I think, I mean, Beyond has been, unfortunately, due to lack of betas, a bit naff in places. So I'm probably going to go with, I guess it's Horizons. Crap. It's Horizons.
Yeah, I'd say when they added like, sorry, I was about to say atmospheric landings. Don't hurt me. once they added the planetary landings, like, that really dynamically changed the game. Like, that was like, wow, this is like a big noticeable change. And then the updates after that had their pros and cons, but we got like Thargoids at like 2.4, so I definitely pitch in for Horizons too.
Yeah. Oh, I'll be agreed. Oh. Go.
Oh, I'm not Yamix. Ah! Ah!
We're doing the Dangus run. Man, I really, you know what? I definitely should have. Okay.
So definitely, yeah, you want to try and get a steep angle. So like you can kind of slingshot around the planet and try and get, this is where you can really make up for time later. Because I found it's basically if you don't have about, I would say like 25 to 30 seconds on the clock when you jump back out of Super Cruise at the station, you won't make it through the mail slot. So every second counts in this Dangus run. And I'm right behind you doing it as well.
It'll be fine. Oh god.
Everything's gonna be okay.
We're having a good time.
Yeah, like really, it's like anywhere where there's like a little bit of a straight edge, you want to punch it, but if you overshoot, it's over. It's time for squats.
Oh, you've overtaken me.
Yeah. You gotta arc it. You gotta arcs it. Buy some arcs. Go faster.
That's 100% not how that works. Oh, God, no! This is bad. This is the wrong angle to be gliding at.
The squats will teach you the lessons that you need to learn for the next run.
Yeah.
It's like, believe me, like this is a tough little challenge.
Yeah, this is oh god, look at this place. And of course, once you're in the glide, you're kind of like you're a bit stuck. Right, just make it clear, I'm not doing squats every single time.
All right, fine. Well, I'll only reserve them for particularly terrible losses.
Okay.
And also, you get extra style points if you buzz the buildings on your way down. Just don't hit them. All right, I am.
Right, where's my landing pad? Oh.
I'm on my pad.
What?
Once you hit the pad, you're gonna want to hit launch right away, and then target the station. And then I would say just go in a straight line as fast as you can go. Get into Super Cruise. And then I would try to go as far away from the planet as possible to increase your speed as opposed to trying to round the planet. Got 2 minutes on the clock.
Yeah, I don't know how much time it actually takes to do. Okay. Right, I've already hit launch. Launch! Like, you're holding me on the freaking pad. Wait, I
was doing one of the test runs and I opened up station services and I nearly fell out of my chair. That's why I love the sandbox and nature of Elite, though. You can just make up your own little stupid challenges.
Yeah.
I don't get no arcs for this, but
you might do.
Really?
Yeah, you never know.
What do you get arcs for? Like, have they put out a list, or is it kind of like
playing the game?
So just being here.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a very low wage job.
Yeah, pretty much.
Huh. I wish YouTube would let you monetize for arcs.
How much time do you have on the clock at the moment?
38 seconds.
Okay.
And I'm probably not gonna make it. Because I didn't get fast away enough from the planet.
Problem is, I can barely see the planet. This is the problem. I'm like, where even is that? No, I'm like 13 seconds. I'm not gonna make it at all. Oh god.
Well,
Yeah,
try one more time.
and well, we're both dead now, aren't we?
Yeah, 1-0. No. So alternatively, since you did bring in ASP Explorer's life support, this station does sell a ship that you could use. That is probably many a player's favorite ship, the ASP Scout.
No, that's no one's favorite.
I'm just saying, if you wanted 2 extra minutes on the life support, you would just have to be seen flying an ASP Scout. But I don't know. Pros, cons.
No. I mean, Yeah, ASP Scout for the win. Says Taylor. all right. Let's
do it.
I mean, if I'm looking at other ships, I'm like,
This station was pretty decked. I didn't expect to see so many wonderful ships out here.
Yeah, no, it's got a decent. Oh, I've never actually flown an ASP Scout, so I guess we're doing this.
Do it. Finally, someone's flying an ASP Scout. The prophecy has been fulfilled.
Oh. Right, well, now jump back into. I've got to remember to sell ships that I've left lying around. After all of that.
You mean your pre-Horizons bookmarks?
Oh yeah. Well, no, I took care of all of them when bookmarks came in.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I remember before bookmarks happened, I went exploring and I had to take notes. Take notes for systems that I liked.
Well, I'm out of bookmarks, so at this point, like, I have to go back to the ship system.
How are you out of bookmarks?
I bookmark so many stars because I like to bookmark stars. It kind of gives me that definition of the bubble, right? Plus the route to Colonia. When I was doing the Enigma expedition, I bookmarked all the interesting locations to check out along the way. But it's just like I don't want to unbookmark them now. That kind of like.
I mean, to be fair, I'm just going to show on the galaxy map what my galaxy map looks like, and when we talk about not removing bookmarks, back when you can only do 1,000 light years at a time for your plotting.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
But
what do you mean? I would just Sagittarius say.
It's just like a straight line of bookmarks. What is it? What is like the composition? What are those straight lines? Are those all like neutron stars?
No, they're all 1,000 light years apart because you used to only be able to plot 1,000 light years, didn't you?
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that. And then when you get close to Sagittarius, it took like 10 minutes just to plot a route.
Yeah, it started getting ridiculous. Now, oh no, that's the wrong ship. Why am I looking at that? ASP Scout. Best
so yeah,
Scout.
if you switch up to D rated, then that'll give you 7 minutes. That'll buy you a little bit of error time. But okay, actually, we'll put this other stipulation since there's a little bit of a buffer there. Is that you have to also fill up your hold with bio waste and dump it on the city dome.
Oh, like, where am I buying it from?
From this station. This station does have bio waste.
You've planned far too much of this out. Far. You know what? Did you know the ASP Scout has size 3 life support? Did you know that?
Oh, well, I don't know much about the ASP Scout.
No one does. Okay.
It's not even in Inara.
Let's have a look. See what else I got here. Ship-wise, and get creative. What about?
There is an Imperial Eagle. If you
yeah,
want
I am eyeing up the Imperial Eagle. All right, let's do it.
The speed might help you out.
Taylor's like, we need size 4. Damn, Taylor, why are you shouting at me? It's almost 3 in the morning. Why are you shouting at me?
That's where I wish you could buy a module and then transfer it to another player, and like put modules in your hold and whatnot, and carry them around.
Caps lock. Oh, yeah. It's right, Ted, I'll let you off, man. So, core internals. Let's see what we have in the old life support set. It has this only has A, B, and C at this station.
Yeah, that's the thing is there's no D here. Unless let me see here.
Okay, well, you know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take your idea and I'm gonna run with it. So I'm using the Imperial Eagle owner A-rate thrusters. I'm gonna leave life support. Life support was the problem. I'm gonna go power distro to D. Are we doing that? Can we do that?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay.
The modules don't really matter. It's really the life support and so I would say like the speed is going to be where you can shave off seconds, but it's only going to count leaving the station, coming back to the station, and between glide and when you leave the atmosphere. So it's not going to change how fast you go in Super Cruise.
Yeah.
So
okay.
you still have to hit the right trajectories, you have to hit the right angles, but maybe if you go faster, you can shave off that 10 or 20 seconds that really is the hard part of this run. Wait, why am I here? Oh, I'm trespassing. What happened?
Now, Wasika, I'm going to assume I'm not allowed to synthesize life support when I'm flying, because that feels like it kind of defeats the point. Yeah, it does, doesn't it?
Yeah. It's the ticking clock that makes this fun. Like, it's the adrenaline pumping.
Well, excuse me whilst I change my Imperial Eagle to Midnight Black.
Are you a tea or coffee guy?
Neither really. I can't think. Right, I don't like tea. I do like coffee. Problem is I can't drink coffee anymore because it gives me savage heartburn. Like real bad. Okay. All right. I'm feeling positive about a Dangus run. Life support's already switched off. Right, I'm out.
All right, you can do this.
Cronius Dronius is saying he's just having taken breakfast, apparently, like a good hobbit.
Is that second breakfast?
Wait, have you left already?
No, I'm just chilling here waiting for you.
Okay.
I see you there. I see you.
Wait.
All right. Now, of course, it's worth noting too. Other crazy feats that have been done with no canopy or without life support was Oxy going to Beagle Point and back. Well, I guess
times.
not back. No, he didn't go back.
Oh wait, hang on. My life support was switched off, but it seems to have.
Oh, you switched ships.
No, yeah, but it was already switched. But it's switched off. But it's still on.
Hmm.
Like.
Oh yeah, I've noticed a glitch. Check your modules. You might have 2 life supports. No. Wait, what?
I have 2 power. No, I do have 2 life supports, and 2 power distributors, and two of everything.
Yeah, I noticed that earlier. There's some sort of glitch where if you turn off your life support and then change ships, and
all right, well, go.
All your modules will do weird things.
I'm going.
Okay. Oh, you doing it?
Yeah.
All right.
Weirdness.
I will try to follow you, but I'm still in the Sidewinder, so you're probably going to beat me for speed.
There are still some very weird things about this update. Oh no! Oh, planet already.
And yeah, I was watching. It was Down to Earth Astronomy who was talking about why the arcs might have caused that, because I guess it ties into anything that you do in the game that touches the game. Really touches arcs, right?
Hmm.
It makes sense on that front, but it's like it's a weird number of glitches for stuff that you wouldn't expect to have been glitched.
Oh, turd!
Oh no!
Yeah.
Oh no!
What? Like, come on! That was never too fast. That was good. I'm just gonna blow myself up because I fudged it at that point.
Yeah. You could just turn your life support off and then or back on and then head back to the station. It's probably about the same amount of time.
Yeah, that's a good, and also it removes the risk of having to go to another. Now, I turned that one on. Was that the right one? Yeah, it was.
That's the extra layer of confusion that will just serve to make this even more interesting.
Oh, it's gonna be ridiculous if your challenge is the one that I can't complete. I'm gonna be really upset by that.
It was one of those things where I tested it like twice on 2 separate days to make sure that it was possible. And then when I logged in just a couple hours before this slot, I tested it even this morning, and I'm like, oh, the base is on the other side of the planet. There is also a high security base that is a little closer, so in a time perspective, we could make it. So we could do something where you touch down at one of those triple star installations, and then, you know, in the trespass zone, and try and get out before the station blows you up and make it back. But I think let's give this a couple tries.
Yeah.
I think if you see how close it gets, like I blew up twice in the mail slot with 1 oxygen left. It was so close. Like my neighbors probably thought I was being murdered.
What, did you scream and shout?
Oh, I was screaming. No!
Okay, well, actually, you know what? I don't need to dock, do I? Really?
As
long as I'm like right.
Will because you want your oxygen refreshed.
Oh yeah. Oh no, I've turned it back on. That means it is.
No, when you turn it back on, it just pauses it at whatever remaining. If you turn your oxygen off again, it'll still pick up where it left off.
Oh. Okay.
You could use materials if you don't want to dock.
Well, I'm already slipping inside, so we'll give it a go.
Oh my, you coming?
Oh my god! Right, on the topic of chunks, because I thought that's where we're at. Apparently, my cat's overweight and has to go on a special diet.
Oh. Kitty diet.
Yeah, it's a bit of a shame. I didn't think he's that overweight at all, and he's been on a diet for the last.
He's a bit shaggy, so he can hide it, right?
Yeah. You know, he wears the weight well, as it were. But unfortunately, yeah, we've had to put him on a diet.
Lots of kitty exercise. You got to get him. What's the cat exercise?
Okay.
Climbing up the furniture, really.
Right, I'm off.
All right, I'm right behind you. Hey, don't. Almost booped you right there.
Well, don't do that. Oh no, I'm flying the wrong way.
You'll regret those seconds later.
I will. Yeah.
One of the times that I did get into the mail slot with 1 second left, I had made a mistake that cost me like 3 or 4 seconds. It was that close.
Okay, right.
How are things deployed these days?
We're good. Like we continue to expand. We continue to take systems. We've got our eye on a tasty little system that we're working on at the moment. Yeah, things are going well. I would say we're doing all right. I'm happy with the progress we are making, and I feel as though we've really kind of dropped into our groove, as it were, with BGS and stuff. So it's good.
Awesome.
You do know that if you started up your own squadron, you would be able to have extra bookmarks.
Oh, are you serious?
Yeah, because you get squadron bookmarks.
Oh, see that's the thing. It's like I there's like so many squadrons that I would join, and the whole 1 squadron per person thing is such a like, I get it, because you can't be in like 10 squadrons, right?
No.
But like, then it's like, okay, but do I create my own squadron that will probably just be me and Bradford? Let's face it, you know.
Yeah.
It's like no one's gonna leave a squadron to come join them. But it's like, but then if I join up with one squadron, I can't create my own squadron with my own bookmarks.
Yeah.
It's a dilemma. I wish you could just say like,
You've activated your frameshift drive. Hang on, wait. You've activated your frameshift drive.
Yeah, I screwed up and fell out of. I did not activate glide.
Ah, okay.
That's okay. I can watch you on your stream.
Rubbish.
241. You actually might be able to make this. You can pull this off.
Oh, I've already hit launch. So.
Yeah, there's a little bit of a delay, but that's actually pretty good. That's pretty good time. It's all going to be just make sure that you get off that launch pad right away and just head straight up. Get out of that planet's gravity well, pick up some speed, and then I think you can make this. Must go faster.
Yeah, must go faster. Gotta go fast.
There's some terrible movie in that line. They put that line in it. I can't remember what it was. Can't remember what movie it was, but I'm like, you can't use those three words together anymore and not make me think of Jurassic Park.
Have I eaten much today? I've eaten plenty today. I'm just been awake since 8 o'clock this morning, and it's 3 in the morning now. So I'm doing fine. Thank you for your concern, Johnny. Oh yeah, Jurassic Park must go faster. Goldblum in the back of the.
Must go faster. Must go faster.
Yeah.
How many seconds do you have?
I've got a minute.
Ooh.
I've got a minute 10.
Do this. Oh my god.
I think we're ready to start coming around the planet at this point. Where is it? Right, we've got eyes on the station. Come on! I mean, we had to really modify the challenge, but oh god.
Well, this is one of those challenges that needs to be modified based on making it attainable, because planets move around. It was perfect with No Moon, because I think that station was always just parked over the Guardian ruin.
Yeah.
That's why I'm like, I wish they had some sort of geosynchronous station orbit somewhere that you could do this.
This is going to be close, actually. This is...
What's the countdown?
15.
Oh, you can do this.
Yeah, we're in.
Yes! You did it! Alright. Now, let's try that again. How many seconds do you have left on the clock?
Oh, I didn't even look, actually.
Hold on, it's just coming up on the stream now. 9, 8, 7... Yeah, you're about 6 seconds. Alright, so let's try that again, but with no canopy at 1% hull. Come out here, let me shoot you in the face.
Oh no. Yeah, apparently Independence Day was also Jeff Goldblum saying must go faster.
Yes, that's it, yes. Jeff Goldblum is recycling his own line in a movie about a year apart. It's like that's back when, like, that decade where actors had like catchphrases associated with them. Like Arnold will say "I'll be back" in every movie. It's not even a Terminator movie. I
mean, it was only Terminator movies, wasn't it?
No, he said "I'll be back" in a couple other movies. Like, I wonder if he said it in. Do you ever see the movie Jingle All the Way?
Yeah.
He must have said it in that one.
Hang on.
I want the Turbo Man
doll. I want the Turbo Man doll.
Oh my god, it holds up though. I think it's better. It's aging well.
What, even with the okay. He so Jingle All the Way quotes, because this is what I'm looking at right now. Yeah, he does that. He says, "I'm not a pervert. I was just looking for a Turbo Man doll." Then, "Let me talk to your mother. Get your mother, please. Those are my cookies. It's turbo time.
Turbo time."
Yeah. Put the cookie down now.
I just went on a work trip. Actually, I got back from Columbus, Ohio, literally yesterday.
No.
And randomly in the middle of town, there's a giant statue of Arnold. I'm like, why?
Yeah, why?
I love Arnold, but it was just so random. Where it was just like you're walking down the street, just giant bronze statue of Arnold. It's because he won like one bodybuilding contest there once.
Okay. So it's kind of cashing in.
I don't blame him. Arnold's a pretty cool guy.
Oh wait, hang on. I suppose am I going to put my life support on whilst you do this?
Yes, you will want to have that open.
Yeah, because let's face it, things could go wrong. Okay.
Alright, so just come with me outside of the fire zone. Let's make sure the station doesn't blow me to bits.
I quite like from Kindergarten Cop. He does the "Who is your daddy and what does he do?" Yeah.
Oh yeah, I remember back in the day there was radio stations that would do these Arnold soundboards and sort of call people, and it was my name is Detective John Kimball. I'm a cop, you idiot. Who is your daddy and what does he do?
Oh,
all right,
classics.
Come back here. I got a railgun, but I think close range would be.
Should I turn my shields off?
Oh yes, please.
Okay. If
you could just come right up and nestle your cockpit right against my railgun. Oh God, that sounded kind of off.
Yeah, well, at least you didn't say your hard point. You're a bit, aren't you? Are you not going to come over here?
Oh, okay. I thought you were coming back.
I mean, I am, but no fire zone.
Still.
Oh yeah, get on the chopper! Oh my God, Tony Curtis! It took you this long to come in, dude. I've been streaming for 15 hours, and then you come over and ask what game mode I'm in.
There it is.
Private group.
You missed it too because he wasn't open earlier.
I wasn't open earlier. Yeah, it was a gank fest. I killed so many experienced PvPers. It was mad.
All right. Let's just line this up real nice. Now I can't target your canopy, can I?
No.
I'm just gonna have to line this up real nice. That would make things too easy. All right. Hold still. Shouldn't hurt. I'm just firing a high velocity projectile at your Hollow Me's face.
Yeah, I mean, I can literally see right down the barrel of the gun. So, don't know about this.
How's that working?
Oh my God, my canopy's breached. In
What,
one
really?
shot. Yeah, that was it.
Already?
It's gone. Yeah.
Sweet.
Okay, so is this where you reduce?
Wait, hold on. Is it breached or is it like?
No, I'm
yeah,
on life support.
Beautiful. Okay, so now I would go just dock, don't repair.
Okay.
Or wait, is your life? You haven't used any life support, so just.
It's ticking down now.
Oh, yeah, that's right, because the canopy's burst.
Yeah.
So I would go in the station, just dock to replenish your supply, and then get ready for the most dangus of runs.
Yeah. Things are gonna get dangus.
You'd be surprised when you can't see exactly where you're going because you have a canopy, how much more difficult it becomes to steer.
Yeah.
My advice is to rely on that little dot.
Oh, trespass warning! I requested docking. Oh no! How's this for dangus?
It's getting off to a good start.
I'm out. It was only a fine. Oh,
Probably this was
dolphin.
Hilla, and when the Hilla trespass warning comes up, or that's not you. It's just the random station banter, right?
Yeah.
That would be funny though if you came in and trespassing in your own station and telling yourself off.
What? Oh, there's something weird going on here.
You might have to wait if you commit a crime. Wait like 10 seconds before it'll let you dock.
Right, no, there we go. We're in. Tony, I was in a dolphin and I got absolutely torn to pieces by people that could instance with me. At no point did instancing help me stay alive, so it was alright. Yeah, don't forget to pay the fine, because if I die, I'll end up back at the when I die.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say that happened to me earlier when I was doing a different test and I got a fine and blew up.
Oh.
I keep forgetting that it jumps you up to the next system. Thankfully, in this case, it was close enough that my E-rated Sidewinder could actually jump back. Because I've had it before where, you're playing around in an E-rated Sidewinder, you get sent to a penal colony, 75 jumps back to the system where you were.
God. It's not good, is it? Right. Refuel, but don't repair.
Yeah.
Now... Oh God, Alien Hunter, why? Black Desert Online. I don't actually know what that is, but it sounds like a first-person shooter if there was one. Okay, so what am I doing here? Am I just going straight for it, or was I supposed to be down to 1% hull? Or
I would say if you want to do the 1% hull, then yeah, you just got to rub yourself off against the station a little bit. Be very careful. Oh, yeah, that's what I said. Rub yourself off against the station.
Yeah, that...
in a, like, just get on it and grind, and
well, okay,
just metal on metal, and
right. What I'm gonna do,
love to the wall.
I'm doing this, I think. No, Tony, no, he doesn't. He gave up on Elite.
Who gave up on Elite? Oh, is that DJ?
DJ Truth, so yeah. Oh crap! How? Maybe you know what? I don't think I can do it with I was gonna do it with the HUD off, but I'm like, nope, can't actually do that.
I would probably say keep the HUD on, because otherwise you will be completely completely helpless. Oh wait, your oxygen's already counting down. Oh, you're going. Okay, good.
Yeah.
Oh, you were long gone.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, I got the stream in one window and then the game in the other window, and I keep mixing up which is which.
You got the screen. You got the scream. Wow, stream full screen. That was hard. That was tough. That was Right, if we just... How am I... How am I supposed to know?
You gotta kind of use the dot in your gauge.
This would be an interesting thing.
Old school. The fact that it's on the dark side of the planet too. Well, hey, you got a light to steer towards at least.
Night vision. Oh no, night vision is now on.
What other vision modes would you like to see in this game if you had the option to have multiple vision modes?
Thermal vision.
Thermal? That would be cool. That would be really good for silent running as well.
Yeah.
As a counter to that.
Oh, the good news is that night vision works even though the canopy's bust. So.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Well, okay. Well, that's not too bad. I mean. But then, like, what is it projecting on? Does that mean that night vision's from your helmet?
I guess it does. Now, everyone is asking if I've got caffeine flowing through me or all that kind of stuff. I don't really drink caffeinated drinks. Like today, all I've had is I guess half a glass of Diet Pepsi, and the rest of all I've drunk is water, so I'm good.
Well, what do you do to prepare for a 24-hour stream?
You can't. Basically, you kind of fudge your sleep pattern the night before. That helps because it means that you're already messed up, so you're not like, oh, it's ready for bedtime now. You don't have any of that.
Right.
That's kind of what I go with. Oh, this is weird because things aren't working properly on here. Am I staying hydrated? Yeah, I am. Drunk a few pints of water already.
Yeah, I mean that takes endurance. Not only because I mean, like, it's not like you're just staying awake. You're staying active. You're in the game, talking all these different guests and organization and challenges, and you got to stay on your feet. So it's like you know, you're not just able to kind of sit back and watch a show, right?
Oh no, I fudged it.
Oh no!
Because the problem is that I can't see. I can't see the It's weird because the God, words are
I would say
hard.
that the best thing I would say is to go off your radar, and as you're going away from the planet, you'll see the gravity lines as like white lines, and once you pass like that line, your ship starts increasing in speed quite a bit. That's when you can start kind of turning. You might be able to make it. I mean, maybe just in the nick of time, but because that Imperial Eagle is definitely making up some seconds. Let's see if
crap. Oh crap!
see if you can still pull it off.
Don't think I'll be able to. I think I've messed it up. This is not looking good, and I have no choice either. I'm fully committed at this point because it's super dangus. I think I might have gone around the wrong way of the planet.
You went around the far side?
Yeah, and I can't see where I am. I've got no way of telling the altitude because
that's where you just gotta like. The altitude is on your right.
No, it's not.
What do you mean?
Even when I was landed, it said 700 something kilometers.
Oh really?
Yeah.
I wonder if that's a glitch. Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Now you're blowing up there.
Yeah, blew up. Go boom.
Yeah, I wonder if that's a UI glitch or maybe maybe it's a function of the canopy being broken.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, I think that one calls for at least some movement. You don't have to do squats, but how about you do some twerking? Okay, no. Please don't do that.
Oh, that was yeah, that was. I think that must have been it. It was either a UI bug or when your canopy's gone, that bit would have been on your canopy, so it looked like that. I
just wonder why 783, because that kind of feels like it got stuck there maybe the first time you went into glide on the way down. Like, I don't know why it would get stuck there, because we're like a few megameters away.
I'm confused. George, you're talking to me and saying, oh wait, the dude you're talking to is called George too. No, it's Spatula.
Huh?
I'm definitely not saying George. I'm confused. Because wait a minute, what's happening?
Giorgio. Maybe it's two Georges talking to each other.
Yeah, I don't know.
Hi, George. I'm George.
Wait, whoever Nightbot was talking to? Oh man, confuse a person. I don't need to be that confused. Oh, 5,800 we're up to, because we are still taking donations. Don't think because I've hit the goal. The charity doesn't need the money still, because they do. That's what charities do. They continue to need money. So if you haven't, hand in pocket. Also, if you're from the UK and you're eligible for gift aid, do that, because it's basically free money for the charity at that point. Oh. Right.
For anyone who joined, what do they do? What does the charity do, and where do the donations go?
I did mention it earlier, but I can certainly go over it again because I haven't spoken about it for a bit. But yeah, right. The British Thyroid Foundation, what they do is they provide information for patients who have been diagnosed with thyroid conditions, and that could be hyperthyroid, hypothyroid, thyroid cancer, Graves' disease, thyroid eye disease, lots and lots of different things. And about 1 in 3 people will be diagnosed with a thyroid condition in their life, which is actually it's 33%. It's pretty high up there, isn't it? When it comes to numbers of people, but so you know what your donation does and the impact it can make is £5 will provide an information pack to 5 newly diagnosed patients. £10 will enable them to reply to 2 medical queries. £25 will pay for the British Thyroid Foundation's telephone helpline for a month. And £35 gives funding for a local group to have a meeting with a medical speaker. So, like, that's a huge amount, like what we've done so far. That is an incredible impact that will make, and that will really, really help people out. So, it's wicked. In short.
It's awesome.
Yeah, and that's what they do. And they were, the reason why I chose them is because they're a small charity, so they only have a very. What's that? Can you see that orca out there, twitching?
The what?
There's an orca out here twitching. You're not seeing it?
Is it an NPC?
Yeah.
Michael J. Taylor?
Yeah.
All right, let me scratch his itch.
Weirdness, but yeah. Like I say, that they're a small charity based in the UK, and when I was diagnosed with thyroid cancer, I went and needed information, and they were the place I went to, and I found it really handy and really useful. So that's what happened.
That's awesome.
Right, you gonna come shoot me in the face then?
Well, you gotta come to me. Just station, don't shoot me.
Oh, you're
Get
gonna
over
fall
here.
for it then.
No. I've at least learned that much over the years. Is that you cannot beat the station no matter how hard you try.
No.
Do you ever think that will be a game mechanic? Because I've never heard them talk about it, but I would love to see like the ability to actually fight with the station, shut it down, kind of thing.
I know, that'd be cool. And also, what I want to see is, you remember they there was a video clip of them having station doors closing when under attack.
Yes, I do
that?
remember that. Yeah, like the middle slot would close up. That'd be cool.
That'd be cool.
All right. Hold still. Just get in nice and snug. Oops. All right.
Nightbot. What if stains were destructible? What? Okay, that missed, I think.
Aw.
Okay, I'm down to 53% now. You're about to be a murderer.
Ooh. Okay,
Have I still... Hang on, wait. Have I still got my landing gear out? Oops.
Uh-oh. Okay, hold on. Maybe let me just try applying gentle pressure.
I mean, why is your ship in my cockpit? Can you...
What do you mean it's in your cockpit?
Like... No, stop. What are you trying to do to me?
I'm trying to break your canopy.
I mean, that's not going to work.
No?
My cockpit's on fire now.
Okay. Ooh, yeah, you are at 18. I feel like the railgun might be...
Yeah.
Is that working?
No.
Okay.
Hang on, wait. Let me tell you what my canopy is at.
Yeah. Let's see if that's close. Because now they updated that, so it's accurate. It's like if it's at 0, it breaks, right?
It's a little bit at 100%.
I see. Okay. Okay. Why don't you go back and just get repaired? I guess the railgun is really the best way to break the canopy.
Yeah, it would be. Oh, dearie me. I'm going to answer your question, Johnny. When you say my cancer's calmed down, it's not calmed down at all. It's just stable at the moment. I don't have a thyroid. I haven't had one for the last 3 years. But the problem is that my cancer spread, so it's in my lungs. And that is the issue, because you can't cut that out. And nor would they, because they call it essentially a rabbit hunt at that point, because your condition is systemic, so it's already moving, because it's already spread. It's not contained in one area, it's already moving around my body, so there'll be different places it could potentially settle. And your lungs being the way they are, the blood supply to them is so good, and that's how it moves around your body. Go on, finish me off then.
Oh, I thought you were just gonna go repair.
No, no, go on. Put one through the canopy.
All right. As you wait. Oh, wait.
Oh.
Oops.
Don't even put yourself.
Well, it got the job done. Oh wait, now someone's. Oh, I'm being shot at. Oh, I'm being.
Oh yeah. By the way, you're a murderer because I've got crimes on.
Oh, don't worry. It's on the Bradford account. That reputation is already trashed.
Yeah, it's not good.
I'll just wipe the save and rename it to Roberto.
Oh God. Not Roberto. Oh, poor Mr. Machine, eh?
I love his little videos.
Oh,
Hey,
right.
Mr. Machine.
I'm supposed to tell you and ask you questions about the voice that you do for Bradford, because have you heard of Strong Bad?
Oh, yeah, I get that. That comment pops up on like every Bradford video.
Okay, so you have had that.
It's funny because like it actually. So like until someone mentioned it to me, I didn't realize how similar it was to Strong Bad. And of course, like I grew up on Strong Bad. That's early internet gold. But
Yeah.
The weird thing is the actual Bradford voice. It's a combination between an actual impression of if you play XCOM 2, which is where Bradford is from. As you're playing the game, obviously Brad will come up and do this voice dialogue, but then his little icon will pop up, and it just flashes a picture that's not lip synced. It's just his mouth flapping, going blah 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 blah. And so, when I was long ago before I was doing Elite, I was doing a bit of an XCOM series, and just kind of the way his mouth was flapping, so it's like what I imagined he would sound like based on the image, combined with like a weird voice that my nephew kind of does sometimes. And sort of put the two together, and it turned into this sort of like, less Mexican Strong Bad.
Yeah, it was Strong Bad.
But definitely, I know about the Burninator.
Yeah, good old Trogdor.
Trogdor.
Yeah, because
in the countryside, burninated the peasants. That hurts.
Oh God.
I don't know how that guy was able to get around, vocal cord therapy or whatever he had to do.
Because my wife and I were talking about like what we used to watch on the internet when we were younger, and she started talking about them, and I'm like, I have no idea what this is. Like, I don't think I know what it is. And yeah, we.
Was Trogdor your first video? Was she like watch Trogdor? Or what was the entry point for you for Strong Bad?
I guess it was like that. Well, she mentioned the voice. Oh, like one of your friends does this, does that voice. It sounds like Strong Bad. I'm like, what do you mean? Started playing it, and I'm like, oh God, yeah, it's Spatula.
I am not behind Strong Bad. I wish I could take credit for that, because that whole piece of the internet is truly genius. And remember, like Salad Fingers was another one from that era.
Fingers.
Yeah. The rusty spoons and forks. It's fun doing little voices and whatnot, and just definitely. Next time I create a new voice, I'm going to try and come up with something that's a little easier on the vocal cords.
Yeah, it's probably a smart move that. I'm trying to do a Dangus run.
Yeah, I'm seeing you're actually making pretty decent time.
Considering I really messed some of that up. Actually, that was we're coming in a hard angle.
Yeah, no, that's exactly what you want to do. It's all straight down, like you're right, just riding the line. It'll drop you out close to the city. Like you can pretty much like request docking right as soon as you come out of glide.
So, come on. Oh no, and night vision isn't on. No, that's fine. We're on this. Oh, landing. Yeah, maybe not yet.
Now that I think about it, I wonder how that would look if night vision would break with the canopy.
Well, they're supposed to be polarized screens, aren't they?
Well, that's the thing, right? Is all the HUD data I guess, holographically projected on the canopy screen, which is why you can't see anything. But it's kind of cool because they have car windshields that can do that kind of stuff these days.
Yeah.
I mean, not ones that the average folk can afford to do, but it's out there. Google glasses and all that stuff. Like, the future's coming. It's a weird sort of time in technology where it's kind of like growing up. It's like, you watch Star Trek and see all this futuristic stuff, and we have cell phones now that are like tricorders, but like way more than tricorders, and yet we don't feel like there's no flying cars.
Yeah, I mean, well, it's kind of like, there's no flying cars. What, like planes? Helicopters?
Right.
That always gets me. It's a bit like, what, like those things. Oh.
They do have flying cars. You can buy a jetpack for $100,000.
Yeah.
And, like, that stuff is out there, and it's not maybe accessible to everyone. But it's pretty crazy. Just like, I had rotary phones as a kid, and I remember dial-up modems and
same.
All that fun stuff.
I mean, I didn't get my first computer until I was until like 15, and it was this awesome 486 33 megahertz.
Wow.
Like,
how big was that? How many megabytes was that hard drive?
I think like not many. I want to say 60, but I don't know if it was that.
Wow.
Can't remember.
That's like 20 B drives.
It's mad, absolutely mad stuff. That even though it was like floppy disk, or like you have games and a floppy disk would be enough to have a game on, or some really big games like X-Wing came on 12 floppy disks. I don't know if I've got enough space for this.
I remember playing the old Sierra games like King's Quest, and insert disc 15. You had to pause for intermission while you had to swap out the floppies.
This is a solid dangers run here.
Well, yeah. What's your time on the clock?
35.
Oh my! All right. Well, then I think do one more, but then this time load up as much bio waste as you can, and drop it on the station, or drop it on King City, right on the dome.
I'm in. Gosh.
A little. It's like a little hit and run.
Yeah, a little people.
Dump the bio waste, and then leave without cleaning up after yourself.
Now, actually, one of the games I played as a kid was UFO Enemy Unknown, or called XCOM Defense, depending on whereabouts you were in the world.
Good old Julian Gollop.
Yeah, it was. You know what? I love that. I still play it now. I still sometimes play it now.
Oh yeah.
Hard.
The soundtrack, like, for that game scared the crap out of me when you would be on one of those farms, and it was like just that thum 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 thum. My heart would be going like that, and then it's just like you end your turn, and then you use your where's everyone? And it just cuts to all these animations so quickly. You just see an alien dart in and out of the shadows. That used to like keep me up all night. I was scared.
Yeah, it was yeah, it was weird. Some of it was very, very odd. Like, especially when you could see, why the snake people a thing? Why the snake man a thing? Makes no sense. And they had like the classic grey aliens. It's like, why are these a thing? And
you know that they in XCOM 2 they actually explain all that.
What? As in, you mean Terror from the Deep?
No, as in like XCOM 2, like the most recent XCOM game.
Oh, okay. And that references.
Like, so basically, the what it ends up being is that the ethereals are like the head telepathic aliens, and they are basically going across the galaxy, taking different species and sort of mind controlling them, using their genetic traits for different strengths. So that's why you have like the snake people and the mutons and the greys and all these different weird species, because they're going around the galaxy basically collecting them all like the Borg, but instead of just making them all look the same, they're just like, well, we'll take the strength from these guys. And they were after humanity because humanity had that missing link or that ultimate genetic ability that would help them fight against a greater threat.
Ah, of course.
Which is probably going to be the plot for the next XCOM game whenever it comes out. But it was a neat explanation to that, because I was always like, yeah, like, you know, why don't all the aliens look the same? But there you have it.
Yeah. Well, that's interesting because they didn't give you any of that in like the original UFO game.
Well, back then, like the plot was usually like the first page of the manual, and then that's about it.
Yeah.
You know, if you had cutscenes or even just like if you got to the ending and there any kind of epilogue, you'd be lucky, right? It's like back in the day, just beating the game itself was reward enough. But XCOM was a hard game, and I remember like I beat it once, but it was it took a toll.
Yeah,
Terror from the Deep, the sequel, no, never beat that.
It was awful. Terror from the Deep was an awful reskin. Like every weapon was the same basically. There were a couple of extras in there. Like what's that? It's a thermal lance. Bloody thermal lance. What's that?
Yeah. Well, so it's interesting because the first one came out and obviously it was a massive hit. And was it Microprose that I think published it? They went back to Julian Gollop and said, "Hey, make us another one." And they're like, "Yeah, we'd be delighted." They're like, "Cool. Can you do it in 6 months?" And they're like, "No." And they're like, "Okay, well, we'll tell you what. Why don't you guys work on the third one, and we'll just outsource some other team to come in and make us XCOM 2 in 6 months." So essentially, some other team just came in and they took XCOM and said, "All right, we'll just retexture everything to be underwater. We'll just change the plasma lance to a thermal lance, and we'll just up the difficulty by a factor of 50." And that was XCOM 2.
Yeah.
It was put out in 6 months. It was rushed. It wasn't the original creators, so it was really just like an unbalanced sort of. It felt more like an add-on expansion pack, right? The one after it was by the original creators, and they had more time to work on it, and they just like if you ever played that one, it was so deep and layered, and there were so many new pieces of it. Very interesting.
Was that Apocalypse?
That's the one. Yeah.
Yeah.
The plot of that one is like a million years in the future. Everyone lives in the Judge Dredd style city.
Oh God.
And you have to like bribe certain corporations, and one of the corporations is working with the aliens. And like the AI was weird in the sense that if you were doing really, really well early on, it would essentially adjust the difficulty and destroy you.
Yeah.
But if you weren't doing well, so you had to kind of play strategically so that you weren't playing too well, because the game would then adapt to you. And then after that, there's like a series of really bad ones. Like there's a first-person shooter clone, like a Doom clone. And then there was one that was like, because I bought the pack and I tried playing them all. There was one where it was like,
I got them all on Steam as well. So.
Yeah. Have you played through them all?
I've looked at them all. It was. I mean, I mainly wanted it just for the original one.
Wait.
Oh no!
I'm like, did you just fly into a building?
Yeah, I was trying to jettison my bio waste, wasn't I? Oh.
Oops.
Oh no. Oh no.
The building, like, they didn't shoot you for that, eh?
No, I didn't get a chance. It was just the wrong timing. Oh damn.
That's it. As you're starting to feel those effects. You've been streaming for a while now.
Yeah, I'm starting to feel it. Right, now have a quick look at my library because we were talking about these games. XCOM Defense, UFO Defense, which was or Enemy Unknown, Terror from the Deep, check, and the Interceptor and Enforcer. Like Interceptor, I didn't really get. I didn't really understand.
Interceptor was like a space game where like now XCOM is like colonizing the galaxy. Like it was really
is that what was happening?
Complex. Yeah, that one was set like 3,000 years. Now XCOM is establishing space bases to fight the aliens in space, and a lot of it was very the strategic layer changed quite dramatically. Again, I think like at that point the license was getting passed around, like a bicycle. This studio is going to make a first-person shooter, and then they threw minimal effort at it and released it. And it wasn't until I would say the latest studio. What was it? Who produces the current XCOM games?
Oh wait, Firaxis, is that?
Yeah, I think it's Firaxis.
Yeah,
I think so. But I really liked the XCOM Enemy Unknown reboot. Like I thought that was respectful of the original. Had all the same elements. You know, it wasn't quite the same, but I enjoyed it. And I'm actually I've been playing XCOM 2 to this day, and I actually just recently got the finally got the legendary Iron Man achievement.
Oh.
Which is rare, and that took probably about 5-6 years to eventually get for me. So, of just like, you know, trial and error. Because what actually happened is I attempted it before, and I heavily mod my game. So, but it's like a lot of them are cosmetic mods; they don't affect gameplay.
Yeah.
I got like maybe 3/4 of the way through an Iron Man playthrough on Legendary, and then one of the mods broke. So, like, one of the mods basically got updated and broke the game.
Yeah.
And because you only have one save file, that save file was toast. That's stuff like that ever happens to you, it's devastating. All that progress. But yeah, I love the XCOM series. I'd love to see more entries in that sort of genre.
Yeah, it was kind of like turn-based tactical games. Have you heard of, was it Mutant Year Zero? You heard that?
Yeah, actually, a friend of mine gifted that to me. It's a neat little game. It's I didn't get too far in it. Graphically interesting, and it was similar in the sense that you get a little team. It's not quite as like turn-based combat. It's sort of like a hybrid almost.
Okay.
It's definitely worth checking out if you like sort of, you know, offbeat games that have interesting stories, and you know, it's not like a known brand or anything. It's its own original thing. I would say the creator of XCOM, Julian Gollop, is working on a game that is in its alpha stages. It's called Phoenix Point. And that game is basically XCOM, but instead of aliens, it's Lovecraftian horrors.
Ooh, okay.
It looks really interesting. The only problem is that after I pre-ordered it, they came out and said, oh, we're only going to be available exclusively on the Epic platform. So I canceled my pre-order. I'll just wait for it to come out on Steam.
Okay, right. What's your issue with the Epic platform?
It's funny because my best friend texts me like almost every day telling me about a new game that goes on Epic, and I'm just a stubborn nail. I get from the perspective of the game designers that get more of a rip. It's like what Steam takes 30%, these guys are taking 10%. And I get that Epic needs to do the exclusivity thing to bring more people to download their store because they want to compete with Steam. But, you know, it's like Origin, Uplay, Steam. I already have so many of these platforms, and I just don't want to do another one.
I mean, that's a pretty weak argument.
I know. It's I'm biting off my nose to spite my face in a second.
Yeah.
Where it's like even there are some games you could just go on there, download, and then uninstall Epic and never have to use it again. I get it, but I refunded that pre-order because I don't want to wait a year, and I don't want to have to use a different platform because you know, I like how Steam collates all of my achievements and it creates, you know, one library for my games, and you know, it's just like I've already invested so much in there that I almost don't want to dilute it, you know.
I mean, but it's always but you accept Steam.
Yeah, and I know there are already problems, but it's kind of like, you know, it's like I've already picked my evil of the two choices, right? Like I'm already invested in it enough that it's just like, well, getting into a whole other platform, and you know, it's like I'll just wait for this stuff to come out on Steam because eventually it will, and it'll come out discounted. I'm still playing XCOM 2. I'm still playing Elite. I'm still playing games that are 5 years old, which, you know, testament to these games being good. But I tend to play a lot of games slowly. Like I was playing Civ 6 for like 4 years. It takes me a while to get sick of a game. So to me, it's like I don't need to have a game when it comes out. In fact, sometimes it's better to wait until a year after it's come out because now they've released all the patches. They've fixed all the gameplay issues. So I'm just like, it's not that I hate Epic with a passion. I get that they're just trying to do their thing. I'm just lazy.
I mean, that I respect. Now, laziness, I understand. Oh, is that
lazy and stubborn?
Oh, I thought that was weird. I came at the station. I couldn't see the planet. Wow.
That would be scary.
I mean, I quite like good old games. I like GOG. GOG's good because it's
Yeah.
it's kind of the old school way of like you buy a game and you have it. That's it. You know, there's no DRM.
Yeah.
It's kind of, it feels like it's your game, which I like.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. Definitely. Like, you know, if you lose the file, but that's what you had to deal with before, right? It's like you bought a game with the discs, and if you ever lost the disc, then, well, you have to go buy the game again.
Yeah. But, I mean, you can always re-download off good old games as well.
Oh, they do let you do that?
Yeah. Once it's yours, you can download it as many times as you like.
Yeah, okay. Well...
plus, they do have good old games that work, which is great.
Yeah, I mean, like, I wonder how many people that didn't grow up with these games would be able to enjoy them. Because again, it's like I love going back to those old games and playing them for nostalgia. But I just couldn't fathom like someone new picking up, you know, Wolfenstein today and enjoying it that much. But I guess there might be people out there.
Yeah. Oh, did you know that there's a VR of Wolfenstein 3D?
I did. Yeah, I heard there for that, or someone put something out for that, which is interesting.
It's the soundtrack is awful. I don't think any of us quite realised how bad the soundtrack was for Wolfenstein 3D.
Oh, sure.
And
I remember there was a game. Do you ever play Blake Stone Aliens of Gold?
No.
Like, anytime people talk about soundtracks from that era, I always think about that game, where it was just like very generic Wolfenstein clone, nothing really particularly special about it, except it just had this killer soundtrack that just like, I just want to play this game for the soundtrack. What's you were all jittery when you ran past me.
Yeah,
Are you doing another run?
Yeah, I'm doing another run.
So I'm thinking after this, if we have just a little bit of time and you want, I can just give you a little, we can do a little SRV bungee jump.
Bungee jump? Oh, God. No, just say I just still haven't watched Blade Runner 2049.
Oh, really?
No, I just I really, really struggled with the original Blade Runner. I found it very dull, to be honest.
Which version, though, did you watch, though? Because there's like 7.
Like the complete version. Oh, crap. No! Oh, screw this. I'm done with it.
I can see that.
I'm done with it.
Alright, go land a king and buy yourself an SRV, and I'll boost you up in the sky and drop you. But yeah, I love the original Blade Runner. And I really liked the original, but I think if you weren't fond of the original, it might be hard to enjoy this one. I think you have to be invested in not only the style, the pacing, and the characters and whatnot. But I really like that director, Denis Villeneuve, who did The Arrival as well. And he is actually going to be doing a version of Dune.
Oh, yeah.
And that is very exciting, because I liked Arrival, I liked what he did with Blade Runner. You know, if you've ever watched the I like to call it the Sting version of Doom, the one that has Sting in it, wearing a diaper, shirtless in a diaper, and glistening and oily. Really weird. Why is Sting in this movie? But it's it's an interesting movie, but you know, it's like that's a movie where I'm like, I could stand to see a modern take on that if it was done by the right person or in the right hands.
Well, the thing is I quite liked that version of Dune. I liked it.
Oh, it's cool. Oh, it's cool.
It was cool. It was good. I mean,
David Lynch
I enjoyed
being
it.
weird.
You know, it was
Patrick Stewart in it.
Old, even though he was young.
Yeah. And the blocky shield technologies, like the 1980s special effects, are beautiful in it. And of course,
that was cool.
Yeah, like I love it, and definitely there was an interesting. If you are really into Dune, there's an interesting documentary called Jablonski's Dune, and there was another director who was going to make a version of Dune before that one came out, I mean, like H.R. Geiger was involved, the Rolling Stones, or like David Bowie. Like there was just like a crazy amount of talent attached to that project. It never got off the ground, but someone recently, I think in the last 5 years, put out a documentary just kind of talking about what that movie could have been.
Yeah.
It would have been really interesting to see, and if you're into Dune, it's worth a watch. But definitely, when that remake starts coming out, it'll be one to watch. Because that's a very interesting sci-fi story.
Yeah, complicated. I feel like it's got a lot to it. Very in depth and involved.
Yeah, it's definitely like Frank Herbert spent some time to build that world. Think about a little bit of everything. All right, so just grab yourself an SRV and then come back down. Should have a little bit of time. Who's up next on the schedule, by the way?
That is Mars Europe from Ghost Giraffe.
Oh, awesome. Wonder what he's got in store for you.
I have no idea. No
Probably
idea.
involves an orca.
Oh God, I hope not. Okay. Right, that's got an SRV bait. That's fine. Core stuff. Transfer. Right. Cool.
What do you think would be the best flat surface? Either a Viper Mark IV or a Sidewinder?
Viper Mark. Sidewinder.
Like the Viper Mark IV is more surface area, but it's a little more slanty.
Yeah.
There's also a hauler.
No. Actually, what you could do is you could turn the hull. Actually, we can turn the ships over. This always works. That works much better. And
Yeah.
also, we should do it on the day side of a planet too.
All right.
That would be the best way to do it, I think. Definitely day side.
I think the Mitchison plant that's low security is on the day side.
Yeah, I mean,
if you get-
or I can just
if-
bung on my wing beacon and drop down anywhere.
Oh, true.
I'll do that.
Bacon.
Wing bacon. Oh, do I remember Descent 1, 2, and 3? Yes, I do. I have the spiritual successor 2 called Overdrive. I think it's called Overdrive, which you can play in VR, but is unfortunately vomit-inducing.
Oh yeah.
I
I saw that game and I looked at it and I was. I've already I barely use VR these days. Elite's probably the only game that doesn't give me like motion sickness at some point.
Oh, the problem with this Overdrive game is that you're playing it and it's in VR anyway, because everything's so close to you, and you slam into things and you bounce around, and it's like made me feel proper overload. Sorry, that's what's called, overload. Yeah, made me feel proper rough playing it. I did not have a good time, honestly. And to the point where I tried to get it refunded, but I left it a little bit too late, and now I'm stuck with it.
Oh yeah.
Posture, yeah, posture. I promise I'm going to do some foam rolling tomorrow after the stream as well.
Some what?
Foam rolling.
What rolling?
Foam.
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 Foam rolling. When one rolls foam.
No, you use it's like a cylinder that you have with a foam coating on it, and you lie it on the ground, and then you roll your back on it, so it helps.
Okay. Yeah, because even in a way, I mean, like, your stream has been basically on in the background all day. I've been kind of tuning in and out, but even just like I've been sitting maybe half the time that you are, and my gluteus maximus is in maximum pain.
Yeah, I've got it's the tailbone.
Yeah, I broke my tailbone falling out of a damn office chair.
Oh.
So one of my tailbones is actually busted.
Oh.
So if I sit for like long periods of time or in airport seats, I'll just get all fidgety and get like sort of like a dull pain. It's not bad, but
Uh-oh. Oh, there's the ground. Hello.
all right. I think I'm on the wrong side of the planet. It's like this. That's the one problem with the wing signal. Person's landed. It's hard to tell sometimes.
Okay, that's not a suitable spot after all.
Orbit in. Foam.
But yeah, it's good. I mean, it definitely works. It's I'm looking forward to not spending any time in this chair for as much time as I can next week. So, hey, Drew's sending me a book to read, so I might sit down and actually read a book. So
That's awesome. Yeah, I met him at LaveCon. He's a real cool guy. Also a Canadian.
is he?
Wouldn't you know?
No, you wouldn't. He doesn't sound remotely Canadian.
Well, he's born in Canada, but
Okay.
he said he came to the UK when he was a kid. But you know, they found him on an ice floe in the north, fighting off a polar bear.
Oh, of course. That sounds legitimate.
Yeah, over a scrap of bacon.
Oh, and we're also giving away a copy of one of his books as well, that's signed by him.
Yeah, that's awesome. I ended up I ordered his books on Amazon, and I guess I was probably inebriated at the time, and what ended up happening was I ordered the second book and a cell phone case.
Oh,
So it
okay.
came in. I was expecting to get 2 books, and I'm like, oh, I guess I must have like accidentally ordered a cell phone case instead of the first book. So now I can't read the second book until the first book is there. I don't want to have the ending spoiled for me.
Yeah. Oh dear.
Alright, I shall be with you shortly. Gliding in now, watch the skies. Watch the skis, I mean the skies.
Watch the skis. It's like, cause I'm waiting. I'm waiting. Someone's saying you fell from an office chair at the dam. What?
What? No, what?
What?
Yeah. Yeah.
What?
I fell off the dam with an office chair.
What?
I work at the dam office. Office of the damned.
Okay. I don't really know.
It was quite an embarrassing thing to have to fill out for my like you know, it's like because the injuries at work, they make you fill out all these forms and talk about what happened, and it's like I leaned over too far in an office chair, fell down, and broke my butt. It's like, this is embarrassing.
Yeah, it kind of makes your balls cringe. It's not great. Okay. Right, I need to get away from my ship.
Oh, right. All right, follow me.
So I'm going to drive over here. Where are you? Okay.
Hello.
Hello.
So I guess upside down will work well for you. Maybe I can do this from camera mode. It might be easier for me to see.
I need. Oh no. I need to put handbrake on, really, don't I? No.
Yeah,
Okay,
I would
right.
try to get a little more.
I'm on. Ish. Nice and slow. Up we go.
Hold on, let me just tilt this way so you don't fall off there. Okay. Do you want to just move forward a little bit?
Oh wait, towards the back.
Yeah. Yeah, just a little bit more. Just a titty bit more. Okay, now you're nice and centered. Oops, okay. No, down is up is down. Okay.
Yep.
You're upside down.
But up is not jump.
That's true. This is hell, though.
Oh,
Or
God.
technically, I'm more taking you to heaven here. And then you will fall.
Yeah, I'm bouncing around. Slower, slower, slower. Oh no.
It's okay. It's okay. Just stay
No.
still.
Oh no.
You're okay. You're okay.
Okay, nice and slow.
All right. All right. You're very bouncy.
Yeah, I am. What I need to do is don't move. I'm just gonna try
There you go. Yeah.
and
yeah.
get on.
Ooh, ooh, ooh.
Oh,
Oh, no, no,
Oh
no,
no! It's okay because we're not. Oh wait. Am I up? Am I down? Am I around?
Oh, I missed you.
Landed.
Where'd you go?
Perfect landing.
You made it.
Yeah. Right. Oh yeah.
Like, is the down or because I feel like on the upside, you could kind of get nestled in the spoiler. Yeah, maybe try it on the upside.
Okay. I mean, nose down. Okay. Problem is, oh god, right. Yeah, let's try here. Try and get me up in the air as best you can.
Okay.
Because I'm aware that Mars is waiting. So let's get us up in the sky.
Just doing little taps, little taps.
Oh no!
Ooh. Before, yeah, you move forward a little bit. I think you could. Yeah, there you go. There you go. Or yeah. Uh-oh.
Oh no! Oh
Yep,
no!
Move forward. Move forward.
Oh no!
Oh no!
Oh god!
Okay, this is not
Oh.
gonna work. But yeah, no, it's something now I'm curious about to try is to try and replicate that hunting an SRV through the mail slot of a station.
Underside of an orca does a great job. I
Yeah?
tell you that much. Yeah.
Well, that would be something to do for another time. But
Oh crap. Well, I guess thank you for joining me. Oh, cheers. Cheers, bro.
there we go. Little some Dangus. But yeah, we did complete the Dangus run, so that's another challenge.
Yeah, we did.
Bag. So hopefully that is something for you that will be stimulating to help you through those wee hours in the morning.
Yee. Oh. And where can people find
Night
you?
shift.
Where can people find you? On the internet, not in real life. That's
on
weird.
the internet.
Yeah.
I was gonna say I'm usually out the back alley behind the dumpster, just yeah. But
Eek.
you can find me on YouTube. That's pretty much all. Well, no, I got a Twitter as well. But just look Spatula 007 or Elite Dangus. Well, and then if you type Elite Dangus on YouTube, it'll say, "Did you mean Elite Dangerous?" and just show you different results. Then you gotta be, no, I actually meant Elite Dangus, and then you'll see my stuff. Thanks, YouTube. I picked the greatest keywords ever.
Good job.
Yeah, man, great job. 5,800. So it's still ticking up. So.
And donations can still come in, guys. We've got like well, where am I? 8 hours left to go of the stream, so we've still got plenty of money still to be donated. I'm talking to you, sitting in there, eating your money. Spend it on charity instead.
Without that plastic, buy some arcs. Buy some arcs.
No, donate it to the BTF.
All right, guys. Well, listen. Thanks for having me on. Have a great rest of the stream. I don't know if I can wake up early enough to kind of check out the ending, but excited to hear. I'll probably watch some of the lineup after because really good lineup of guys that you got on this stream.
Brilliant bunch.
Yeah.
All right.
We'll have fun and hopefully don't blow up too much.
I'll try not to. All right. Cheers, man.
Have a good night, man.
Goodbye.
Bye.